All right, hello everybody, and welcome back to Advanced Apple Music. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about some of the general features that the Marvis Pro app layers on top of the Apple Music experience. Personally consider Marvis to be an absolutely essential app if you have iOS or are using iPad OS, and it's one that skyrockets the value of Apple Music to a degree where I can firmly say that there's no feature or price that Spotify could throw out there to draw me away. Now, keep in mind that this is a paid app. However, I hope that over the course of some of these videos, I can show you just how much this app pays for itself from a music experience. So what we're going to be doing today are just neat little things that you can do in Marvis. I just want to stress that while they address a lot of the gripes that I see in forums with Apple Music, they're definitely not the core of what makes this app so great. So check out some of my upcoming videos to see the hidden power that Marvis really packs as an app. We're going to begin here with a playlist view. So this is a playlist that I've made this year of the songs that I've found that I like so far in 2022. Already 175 songs, which is actually kind of mind-blowing to me. But again, like I said, a lot of this just comes from being able to have such a positive experience with music through Marvis. But anyway, we're going to start with these two buttons that are right above this large shuffle button right here. So there's 175 songs. If you click on that, it's going to give you a number of different options for what to do with the songs in this playlist. So you can shuffle from this way instead of clicking on that button. I don't know why you'd want to do that. You can add it to two different spots within your queue. You're able to add it to a different playlist if you wanted to do that. And you're able to take this entire list of songs and scrabble it over to last.fm, which is a music tracking service that I've talked about before. And finally, if you click on View Details, you can see a lot of interesting stuff about this playlist. So it shows the last time that I use this playlist. It shows the time that I've spent listening overall. It shows how many plays I've had. So a lot of different information here, including the size, which I think is kind of interesting too. If you're looking at downloading playlists, it's a really easy spot to see that. Now, one of the most consistently asked for, or another way to look at it is consistently griped about the lack of feature from Apple, is going to be the ability to sort or filter a playlist. If you click on these two reverse arrows right here, it's going to give you a whole different set of options for sorting this playlist. So you can sort it by artist, you can shuffle it, you can have it sorted by year, rating, play count, whatever you want to do, you're able to sort that right there. You're also able to group things differently. So if you wanted to have this grouped by albums, you can click on that and you're able to see the different albums that are in the playlist. And if you click on it, it'll bring up the album itself, which is super convenient for getting more in touch with your music library by listening on albums. So a lot of different ways you can group that. You can group it by genres and see that I've got kind of a mix of different songs so far this year. So a lot of different options for being able to represent just a playlist in different ways. Next up, we'll be taking a look at setting up the now playing screen. So I've got that pulled up right here, and Marvis lets you personalize what you see on there, making it really convenient to do some pretty common actions. So as you can see, I've got a button with three dots right here, and then I've got a heart button over on the other side. If I was listening to a song that wasn't already in my library, these three dots right here would actually be a plus button. So in two taps, if I want to add a song to my library and love it, that's all that it takes. Whereas on Apple Music, it's going to take twice as long by pulling up a menu, finding the add to library, pulling up the menu, finding the love. It's just a real hassle for some reason to be able to do that. Also got a couple other things going on here. So I can actually click on the song name right here, which does the same thing as the three dots, but let's say that a song wasn't in my library, I'd be able to do that. And you can see that, again, we've got a couple last.fm options. So you can scrabble individual songs. You can love it on last.fm, which is really convenient. And, Marvis is going to scrabble songs to last.fm in the background, but I've found it really helpful for listening to radio shows through Apple Music, where it's not tracking, you're listening to individual songs. And I'm such a big nerd with tracking my music that I will scrabble manually as I'm listening to the Apple Music radio shows. So just clicking on that, and then that's going to be tracked over on my account on the other side. Another great thing here, though, is going to be the View Details selection. So if you click on that, this is going to bring up pretty much every piece of metadata that Apple Music provides. And again, I don't know why this is not in the stock app because it's available. This Marvis Pro app is pulling it in from Apple Music, but there's no way to see this in the iOS or iPadOS apps. But I absolutely love this. I can see my scrobbles, my play count. Sometimes those don't match up for whatever reason. Maybe I listen to it on a different service on Spotify or something like that. Um, you can click on the artist and go see songs by that artist. But what's really, really useful and is often asked for is being able to see what songs is this playlist in. And that's right here in this View Details screen. If you click on that, it's going to show you which different playlists have this song. So really convenient to be able to see that. Super easy. And the last thing that I'm going to talk about that's in this now playing or this now playing screen right here is going to be the share button. I'm not going to click on that because it's going to show some of my personal friends and things like that, but Marvis Pro will let you share songs in a way that has a universal link. So what will happen is if I click on that and send it to my friend, they're going to get a link and they're going to be able to open it up and it'll say, hey, what music service do you use? So most of my friends use Spotify despite my consistent harping on the praises of Apple Music, but I'm able to use this to easily share music with them, which is super convenient. All right, my iPad's battery is down to 9%. I'm sure some of you will have noticed that. I am fighting against this quickly depleting battery. My iPad has a terrible battery once it gets below 20%. Like you can actually see it go down. It's down to 8%, but I'm going to try and race it here for the rest of this video. You're able to assign gestures for a whole bunch of different actions. So mainly I do taps or holds. Like if you take the song title right here, if I hold down on it, it's going to pull up my playlist menu right here. So I have the option to add it to a playlist, and I love how it has 3 recent playlists right here. Very convenient to be able to do that. Um, you can also set up different actions for the album artwork. So if I just tap the album, I get this screen right off the bat here. So I don't have to click on two things to get to that, which is really convenient. And then what's really nice is that there are some times where I do want to use the iPadOS Apple Music app. I use it primarily for rating songs. I also prefer the lyrics over there, which I don't use that often. But if I want to get over there, let's say that I'm listening to a song like this one and I'm like, dang, this is a 4-star song. I can't do that in Marvis Pro, even though it shows me the rating below. But if I hold down on the album artwork, it will pull up the Apple Music app and I can click on the 3 dots and I can rate that song. And then to get back to Marvis, because of iPad OS's background processes, that's just up here in the top left. I click on that and boom, I'm right back in there. So a lot of really nice stuff right there. So now that we're down to 6% battery life, it's time to wrap this video up. But the last thing I just want to show you is how to get all these set up. The settings for these things are kind of confusing. Let's put it in low power mode, see if we can squeak out an extra 20 seconds here. So if I, whoops, accidentally long clicked on that. If I pull this down, this, we're going to go to the home screen. You actually don't have to do that, I just saw. So if you click on settings down here, this is where you're able to set some of these things up. They're going to be in the gestures menu. And then you should see a now playing section right here. This whole section has the different things that'll show up from this view. So the mini player is going to be what this looks like right here. The full player title, that's going to be this right here, the title track and things like that. The artwork, that's what I held down on to get over to the music app. You can double tap next and previous. I don't like doing that because as you see down here, it delays a single tap a slight amount, and that's enough to trigger my OCD. So that's where you're able to get all those things set up and really improve that now playing music experience. So one other thing that I want to show you is how you're able to if we go back from gestures and we head down to the player screen right here, So if we head over to the player screen, we have a few more. All right, so if we head back over to the player screen, or player settings, I should say. Head back to settings, go to player. This is where we're able to customize a few other things. So if you click on customize elements right here, this is where you have the other aspects of what I just talked about. So I have it set to the bottom center, having my rating. Bottom right shows if I'm airplaying it to something. You can see I'm using my AirPods right now, so that's where it's showing that. And then I've got the love button to the right next to the next button. And then on the left side, I've got present actions. So you can see that there's a number of different things that you can change to set up that player to look the way that you want it to. So hopefully some of these were helpful. Hopefully this can clear up some of the frequently asked for items within Apple Music. There's a heck of a lot more that this app has to offer though. And so in some of my next videos, I'm going to be showing you how to really set up your home screen to be able to display different slices of your library and help you get the most out of it and enjoy your music to a degree that you probably weren't able to do with just the stock music app. So hope to see you then and appreciate your watching. If you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comments. And I forgot to mention earlier, I'm going to leave a link to the app down there in the comments, as well as several other apps that have helped me with my music listening experience. But hope you all have a great day and thanks so much.